Jumping on in, you know that I'm a fan of your work, and I think more people need to be fans of your work. If someone has not seen anything that you've done before, what is the first thing that they should watch and why?
um, that's so hard. I mean, honestly, the work I'm proudest of is my theater work, which is, it sounds horribly pretentious to say that, but obviously they can't go back and see it. So I don't know. I mean, I think Midnight in Paris is a pretty perfect movie, and that role was such a joy to play. I think, I think House of Cards, that arc was one of the more fulfilling and complete and satisfying arcs of a character that I've played on camera.
When did you realize that a lot of people watch Billions?
I think I was on the New Jersey Turnpike, or it was somewhere where they still had a toll booth collector who he wouldn't give me my change because he just wanted to, he's like, oh my God, it's Mike Prince. So.
I'm friendly with Frank Grillo, and he told me that he was just shocked at how many. He is a small character, and he was shocked at how many people watched the show and stopped to talk to him about it. And I guess you maybe experienced the same.
Yeah, definitely. It has a large and I think very passionate viewership, and it's also incredible. They have all these cameos, these billionaires and athletes and musicians and who come on set, and it's really kind of fun to see these incredibly accomplished and powerful people in their own right turn into little fanboys and girls when they come to set and say, oh my God, that's The Office, that's oh, that's a backdrop, I thought it was a set, and they get giddy, and that's kind of fun to see.
Jumping into why I get to talk to you, what is it actually, how did you get cast in the movie? Was it and what is it like meeting Steven Spielberg for the first time?
It's so familiar. He's so warm and welcoming and outer directed and curious, and he's just excited to communicate with his new collaborators. The first time when I was offered the role, he called me, and so I spoke to him for a while about the character and the project and how he wants to do it, and I got a sense of his incredible enthusiasm for the project. But yeah, he is, I grew up with his movies, and I was amazed how often on set we'd just be talking with a jet or a shark about referencing some movie, and we'd be like, oh right, that's a Steven Spielberg movie. I was like, oh, that's right, I was just referencing Jurassic Park, I was just referencing Close Encounters, or There's the Lost Ark. So much of what we think of as storytelling now comes from him, or at least his framing of these storytelling techniques, because a lot of it comes from Hitchcock, or he is himself a cauldron of film references. But it sort of dawned on you as you're working with him that this is that same guy who made that movie that that broke your heart and scared you and made you cheer. So it was really fun.
Were you happy or relieved that you did not have to do the singing and dancing like everyone else?
You didn't give me the option that I was I was upset and sad that I didn't
Sure,
get to.
we can also work that in.
That was not one of the options. That is not what happened. You know, it was not. There's no world in which people want to pay $15 to watch me sing and dance. So, I think it was better for all parties involved.
I saw the film last night, and there's so many things that struck me about it, but it just felt so immersive when I was watching, and I can't imagine what it was like when you stepped on set for the first time and saw like the level of detail on everything. So could you sort of talk about maybe that first time you stepped on set?
Yeah, I think the first dance set was a location, you know, at the end of that first rumble, you know, and I go and I break up the fight, and it was so cool. I mean, you know, it wasn't a set; it was this abandoned lot in Harlem, and you show up and you're like, this is a Steven Spielberg movie. I don't know how you know it. It's just a bunch of rocks. You know, there's a bunch of, you know, broken bottles and spray paint on the walls. But there's a painterliness. There's a harmony to the and a level of artistry to everything that you just sort of know you're in good hands. And it felt old school. You know, we were shooting in the middle of summer, brutally hot days, and you know, the brighter the sun gets, the brighter the lights have to get to, you know, to knock down those shadows. And so Janusz Kaminski had these massive old school lights that were, speaking of another Spielberg reference, I had that sunburn on half my face, like in Close Encounters, because the light, it was just right there, and it was literally burning us. So it's a very visceral. There's not much downtime on a Spielberg set. I've learned. It's very fast paced, and you know, as soon as you get one shot, you're right on to the next. It's athletic in its execution.
Yeah, I can't. I've never been on a Spielberg set. I can't imagine what it's like. So you didn't? Does he do a lot of coverage, or was it pretty much?
No, that's the joy of working with somebody who is so experienced and so confident and so in tune with his collaborators. You know, he's clearly incredibly prepared when he shows up on set every day, but you really get the sense that he doesn't know how he's going to shoot it till he gets there. And that is, I think, his genius, his shot making. That where to put the camera, how to move it in order to tell the story is his native language, and he places the camera in a way that I've never seen any director. So that was really, really exciting, and it's challenging. It's hard work because you've got this dense script and so many moving parts, and the camera starting off in a wide and moving into a 2-shot, and then like this extreme close up, and then back out into a wide, all in one shot. And he's all working it out, and you have to hit your marks and get the timing right. But there's a level of focus on the set that makes that doable. Whereas I think if you were trying to do it on another set, it would just be too much. But everybody is focused and in tune, and it's fun.
I also think everyone on a Spielberg set is not messing around. Everyone is, you know, I'm sure mentally in the space and not looking at their phones, etc.
Yeah, exactly. It's a joy to, and I think this movie in particular, with so many, there are a lot of people who didn't have much film experience, but were aware of how special the experience was at every moment, and didn't want to miss a good day on set. So everybody brought their A game, definitely.
I got to stop there. I'm just going to say congrats. I wish you nothing but the best, and great talking with you again.
Thanks. Good to see you.